One of the things that I wanted to tell you that I should have told you when we were on the steps of the courthouse is what our county is named for. People from Rochester tend to think that, you know, Rochester is it, but we are part of Olmsted County. And on March 3rd of 1849, the territory of Minnesota was created with the boundaries of what are now the state of Minnesota. And there was a young man by the name of David Olmsted who was born in Fairfax, Vermont on May 5th of 1822, and at the age of 16 he left his home and he set out to find fame and fortune in the West. And he ended up in Minnesota, in this area down by Winona, and he was elected as a member of the first territorial council of Minnesota. It was really the first political organization that ever existed in the state of Minnesota. And at its first assembly back in 1849, he was elected the president. And in 1854, he was elected the first mayor of the city of St. Paul. And then in the book that I found doing some research on him, he's remembered as one of the most popular men of public life. And remarkably, he accomplished all this before the age of 39. He died when he was 39 years old. So that's how our county, that's the derivation of the name of Olmsted County. The reason I stopped here is really twofold. First of all, this is the old Chicago Great Western Depot, and it has quite a history. This is actually the site where it was built on in the late 1800s. And what happened was, there's a breezeway that used to be between it, so it was two separate buildings all under one roof. It was cut in half, moved across this railroad track that existed, and then located where the old public library is, where it stood for a long time until it was moved in kind of the mid to late 1980s. I was part of this group that determined that this was really a unique structure. John was part of that. There may be other people that were here that were part of that. And we just thought it was too important a structure, given its age and if you look at it, it's really a rather unique building. So the city agreed to put it up on blocks and move it, and it sat behind the coal dump. You guys will probably remember it over by Silver Lake, the power plant. And under penalty of death, many times, it was going to be used as for the fire department to do a training exercise, all kinds of things. This wonderful family from Plainview, the Kiriofskis, decided that no, they wanted to convert that into a restaurant. The original idea was that it was going to go on this location where the courthouse is, be as part of a public park, and it was going to be a trailhead for all the bike trails and the downtown satellite for the History Center, so that tours like this could have emanated from here. But once the county found out that this land was kind of valuable, they took it. So then it was moved back to this site and it was restored, and it sits on the exact site that it was built on in about 1883. So that's the story there. And then this is, I mean, the Zumbro River. This is where the city started, and this bridge, not this bridge, but this expanse here is where the first bridge really brought together the east and west side of town. And we'll make our way up to the old Kelly building and then head across the street, okay?
Mention to them that this was on the Dubuque Trail.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, where did the Dubuque Trail run? Right up here?
Right here.
Yeah. And that
I just want to mention, and there was a mill here for grinding grain.
Yeah, when I get over here, I'll talk about the yeah. Yeah, because there were mills all along here. Yeah.
Where did George Head put his first, or am I way ahead of him?
It was right over in here somewhere. The first George Head's first cabin was right in here, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right, actually, right across. It was in the bridge.
Yeah.
By the bridge
fire
itself.
hall kind of.
Yeah.